So here we have our restriction site. This is this one here. This is actually the site for the enzyme EcoR1, one of the most common restriction enzymes that you can buy, very cheap. Here our X and Y, these are just bases in front of the site, and Z and B are bases behind the site. We have our orientation 5', and we have 3', and here is 3' and 5'. And now when we cut with our EcoR1 enzyme, we cut between G and A. So between G and A. And what we get is the following sequence: X, 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 G, that's 5', that's 3' here. And of course we have Y, 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 C, T, T, A, A. And that is our 5' site. So, and this bit basically, this one here, we can sort of forget because we just want to get something complementary to this sequence here. So, how are we going to do that? Now, let's look at the first option that we have. So we have the base pairs G, A, T, T, C. And we might have something here, Q, 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 additional residues. The complement here, we have C, T, T, A, G, and let's say R, R, R here. That's our 5' orientation, 3', 3', 5' here. And now our enzyme, we said, cuts differently. It cuts between the two A's. So we get a fragment like this. So we can write this fragment here, this bit what we've got left. So we would have A, T, T, C, Q, 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 for example. And we have the complement AG, R, R, R. So that's our 5', 3'. And now what we do is we take this fragment and try to put that into here, into our sequence. And we check out whether this is a match. So what we get is, we get X, 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 G, Y, 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 C, T, T, A, A. So that's that's this guy here. And now we try to put this one in here. So we would have at the bottom, that would be the A, G, R, R, R. That's this bit here. And the top would be Q, Q, Q. And then we have the C here. And then we have a T. That's this one here. And then we have another T. And hang on, I got something wrong here. But you know, that's here our sequence, this TTC. That's okay here. But then we have an A. It just simply doesn't fit. We can't get this in. So that's not working. This one here. Now let's look at the next option. So we have the CAATTC here. We cut here, and we obviously cut then here as well. So that's our cut here. And what do we get? So we get A, T, T, G, Q, 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 and we have then a C, R, R, R. So So that is the sequence that we get when we cut with this particular enzyme. Now let's see if we get this guy here, and again we have our orientation, 5 prime, 3 prime, and that is 5 prime, and here we've got the 3 prime. Now let's see if we can get this guy in here. So we get X, 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 G, Y, 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 C, T, T, A, A. Now that was our original sequence. Now we are trying to put this sequence in here. Let's see. So we've got at the bottom, we've got a C, R, R, R. So that's this part here. And then we have our Q, 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 and then we have a G. That's this one here. And then we have 2 T's. 2 T's, these are here. And then we've got 2 A's. Hey, look at that. It now is a perfect match. So, very clearly, this sequence, CAA, TGG, TTG, with this cut, would give us a perfect match. And you can try that with the others as well. Now, let's try what students said about E. So let's go back. We have X, 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 G, we have Y, 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 C, T, T, A, A. So that was our starting fragment. And now let's see what we get when we have G, A, T, T, C. Here we've got our Q's again. C, T, T, A, G, R, R, R. But now our enzyme cuts between the T and the C. So it cuts here and it cuts here. So, and again we have our 5 prime, 5 prime, and the 3 prime here. Now let's see what we get in terms of the fragment. We would get C, Q, 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 and obviously the complement R, R, G, and we have A, T, T. Now let's try to match this with this one here. So we would get X, 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 G, Y, 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 C, T, T, A, A. And now we would need to put this guy here in. So that would be T, T, A, G, R, R, R. We've got a C here sitting. The Q's here. But there is a big gap in it. We don't have any bases here. So we can rule out this option. So I hope this makes sense, and thank you for watching.